Hey guys, just want to preface this video very briefly. I am leaving Maryland today, so I actually just filmed one video and then I just quickly edited this video. I just wanted to get a little bit up while I have this gorgeous computer to work on, but I am hitting the road in like 30 minutes or something. So just to preface this video is not much of a travel vlog. This is more of a reaction video. It is literally me talking almost the whole time. So this video is not going to be for everybody, but if you want to know what my experience was like going to the African American Museum and going to the Holocaust Museum, as well as a couple other sites that I saw in DC, that is what this video is. I just don't want you guys to judge me for making this boring ass video. I wanted it to be content filled and not necessarily fun or like entertaining. It's more, if you are genuinely interested in learning about this is my first-hand reaction, my first impression of my day in DC. So get ready for basically all FaceTime, and I didn't do any other filming outside of that. So yeah. Okay, that's all. See ya. Man, has it been a long time. Wow. When's the last time I started a video like this? It's just kind of crazy. You know, actually, I think I know the answer. It's at least been 1 month. Life has been different lately, and it's been good. You know, the old way was good too, but I'm speaking to you from Maryland, just outside of Annapolis, Maryland. This is the first time I'm vlogging since New York City, and just to catch you up to speed, as soon as I got home from New York City, well, while I was in New York as well, but basically I came back to Maryland and got really sick. Like high fever, the whole 9 yards. And first, you know, really big sickness of the trip. Fortunately for me, if it hadn't been for them, I absolutely would have had to get a hotel room. So I really did luck out with that, but it still sucked, still put me behind schedule multiple days. And I'm just kind of preparing to leave and head back out on the road. But since I am leaving Maryland very soon, I wanted to take one more trip into DC. First and foremost, if you haven't watched my last vlog from Washington, DC, you should, because I think it's one of my favorite videos, you know, definitely one of my favorite videos so far, and a really fun memory for me. So if you want to see DC in a really like unique way, watch that video. I'll link it. And today's vlog, I'm actually going to be really low-key about it. I don't really anticipate doing a whole lot of this, but I thought I might as well set myself up just in case I want to record any reactions, or in case I see anything worth sharing. But today I'm just going to be walking around by myself and going to the museums. Let's go to DC.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ranking Member Warner,
oh my God, I'm dying!
Thank you for inviting me here to testify today. I've submitted my statement for the record.
I cannot believe I'm going into Washington, D.C. during the Comey hearing. It is like history. It's just, it's so weird. So I'm trying to listen to it right now. God, our world. So I just walked around the grounds of the state capitol for a little bit. It is so beautiful outside right now. It's like 70 and sunny, fluffy clouds in the sky. There's a really nice breeze that's keeping me cool. Gorgeous capitol. It's really magnificent when you're so close to it. And it's not too crowded today either. But there's one more stop I want to make before I hit up any museum.
Turn left into 1st Street Northeast.
It's a surprise, so just wait like 2 seconds. Inside this very building at this very moment, James Comey is speaking. He's making his like statements. So there's like news reporters and stuff, and I don't know where it is, but I couldn't help myself. I'm right here on such a big day in our recent history, so it's kind of crazy. There's like, I had to go through security and take my shoes off and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so now I have a very long walk across the mall to go to just a couple museums. The first stop is the African American History Museum because I did not reserve a ticket. How it's working right now, and maybe in later years this will not be necessary, but it's in such high demand because it's very new, that every morning around like 6:30 a.m. I believe, you go online and you can reserve your tickets for that day, and they have certain time slots that you reserve it for, and they sell out immediately, and I don't plan well. So starting at 1 o'clock on weekdays, they allow walk-ins. So I'm hoping if I get there right at 1, I'll be guaranteed a spot in, and that'll be my first museum of the day. So, but I've got about 1.5 miles of walking along the mall before I get there, so hopefully I can see some lovely sights and enjoy myself on this gorgeous day. Well, I've made it. I've walked all this way. Now I get to find out if I can even get in. Are you guys in line? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. The line is so long. I don't know about this.
Hope she can reach in her pocket.
Right. Oh, wow. You've been giving everyone a heart attack back there. You
I don't
know
have any more pockets. I'm not a voice.
I got the second to the last ticket and I got all excited, and then she had a whole other stack in her pocket. But I got in, woo!
Are we able to go at 2 o'clock?
All right, I'm in. I'm gonna do some exploring and hopefully learn a thing or two. So I'll talk to you guys when I'm out. What part of me thought it was better that I bring my GoPro instead of my sunglasses? Like, I'm struggling. Like, I hate my eyeballs right now. Yeah, excuse the squint. I just left the African American Museum. I was there for a little over 90 minutes. I only left because I'm starving and thirsty. Otherwise, I would have stayed maybe 20 more minutes, probably. It was good. It was really overwhelming, just like the amount of information and like the layout, kind of chaotic. Also very very crowded, especially lots of school groups, which are incredibly obnoxious. So that was sort of a bummer. But what like struck a chord with me the most while I was there wasn't necessarily any of the information that I gathered, but just watching the people around me. There were an incredible amount of elderly people there, and watching them react, that's like what makes it so special, in my opinion, compared to a lot of other museums that I've been to and what I think of museums as. At least what I saw, it didn't focus much on slavery. It was more like post-Civil War. But the things that were covered, it's like these people were alive. They experienced that. And a lot of what they hadn't, it's like their grandparents had, and they shared those stories, and just humbling to see. Just seeing people's reactions was really moving. So yeah, it was absolutely a positive experience. I enjoyed it. It was definitely cool to think that I got to see Obama's legacy right there, because like I'm kind of a fan. And there's one part of the museum where they're playing his mic drop, and I died. I was like, yay, Obama, I miss you. So yeah, I don't know. That was definitely the thing that really struck a chord with me, was just looking at how there's still so many people. I mean, everyone who's alive today has a lot to relate to in some way, shape, or form with the information that was covered in the museum. So I think that was what made it kind of special compared to a lot of other museums. And it was humbling to see all of these elderly African American men and women just recollecting their lives, and history is still being made on an ever constant basis as far as race goes, and race in America. So it was cool. But I'm starving, so I'm gonna grab a bite to eat, and then I'm gonna probably check out just one more museum. I've just arrived at the Holocaust Museum, and I will talk to you guys when I'm done. I just left the Holocaust Museum. I was there for about an hour. I don't know, I'm not left with a lot to say. It's really awful. My experience was not the same as I wanted it to be, for the fact that there were so many groups of kids, like school groups, and they were really in the way, and at times just a little loud, and it was just a very crowded experience that it definitely took my mind off of the content, because I was really busy trying to fit or reach, or just, I don't know, kids kind of annoy me sometimes. Sorry. I love kids, but like, there were multiple really large groups, and that did kind of ruin it for me a little bit. But yeah, really insane, our world, our history. It's like, it is I mean, it's definitely something everyone should know about, but yeah. One thing that was very standout to me was their kind of like, I guess their like modern day exhibit. There was a huge focus on the conflict in Syria, which frankly I haven't learned a lot about it. I hear about it on the news, but this has awoken my attention in a way that it was not before. Someone had smuggled out thousands of photos on hard drives and donated all the photos to the museum. And I mean, that was hard. I think that was like the hardest thing, because I've learned a lot about the Holocaust throughout my life. I've seen a lot of that sick, terrifying imagery before, so I was prepared for it. But to think about what's going on in Syria right now, that was the most upsetting thing. But I'm really glad that they had that. Like, what an amazing thing that this guy did to bring all these photos to the public, and for the Holocaust Museum to take responsibility to tell that narrative, because I mean, at least for me, it's just not a narrative that I think is really being told. And especially in today's climate with like the travel ban and everything, it's like these people are dying, like kids are dying, like, so that was the most sad part. But I'm done talking. I've rambled on enough. It was an emotional experience, and I'm tired, and I'm ready to go back to Maryland. I've got like an hour commute, so I need to get this show on the road. Whew. Oh my gosh, that took so long. That took an hour.
And its ties to the Trump.
And I still have like at least a 30-minute drive ahead of me. I'm gonna end today's vlog here because I'm dying to listen to the news right now. I'm a junkie sometimes. I'm terrible. Oh my god. There are worse things. Let's open this up. All in all, today was like, you know, it was fine. It wasn't like necessarily that fun. And it would have been nice to go to a museum that wasn't focused on a singular group of people, because then you're gonna get different information. But